Let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you felt truly steady on your feet? Not just walking, but feeling strong, anchored, confident, the way you did years ago. Most people over 60 have no idea this quiet loss is happening every single year, even if they walk every day. And that's the myth I want to break immediately. Walking is healthy. Walking is wonderful. But walking alone does not protect your independence. Because the muscles that keep you stable around your hips, spine, and knees, they don't get activated deeply enough with walking, which is exactly why so many seniors tell me the same story. I walk every morning, doctor, but my legs still feel weak. I get tired fast. My balance is slipping. I worry one small misstep could change everything. If that sounds familiar, then this video might be one of the most important things you watch this year. Because in the next few minutes, you'll learn 3 simple doctor-approved exercises that take only 5 minutes and support your body better than walking alone ever could. And the reason is simple. These movements target the exact muscles that aging tries to silence. The ones responsible for balance, energy, posture, and pain-free mobility. Stay with me, because understanding this could literally change how you age. You might be wondering, is this really science-backed or just another YouTube trend? Let me reassure you calmly. Harvard Health has published multiple analyses showing that functional strength movements provide more protective benefits for seniors than walking alone. And studies from the Mayo Clinic confirm that strength-focused mobility routines can reverse up to 30 years of functional decline when practiced consistently, even in adults in their 70s and 80s. That's why these 3 exercises are not random. They are medically structured, joint conscious, low impact, and optimized for older adults. And before we continue, if staying strong and healthy after 60 truly matters to you, consider joining our community by subscribing and to stay informed with real, science-based guidance designed for your stage of life. Now, let's link the science to your real everyday life, because this isn't about fitness. It's about being able to climb stairs without gripping the railing, standing up from a chair without pushing on your thighs, sleeping without that deep ache in your hips, feeling energy again, the kind you thought was gone. Once you understand what your body truly needs, aging becomes something you guide, not something that controls you. All the study references I mentioned will be in the description. But for now, stay with me. Because in the next part, we begin the routine, starting with the exercise most seniors ignore but desperately need. Let's begin with the first exercise, and I want you to listen closely because most seniors skip this one without realizing it's the foundation of everything. Exercise 1, the chair stand. This is not just standing up. It directly strengthens the quadriceps, glutes, and deep hip stabilizers, the muscles that Harvard researchers call primary predictors of fall risk. Here's why this matters so much. As we age, we lose about 1% of lower body strength every year after 50 if we don't actively train it. Walking does not stop this loss, but the chair stand does. Safely, naturally, with only your own body weight. So here's how you do it. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat, knees facing forward. Cross your arms lightly over your chest. This prevents you from using momentum. Now inhale, and as you exhale, stand up slowly, pressing through your heels. Pause at the top. Then lower yourself back down with full control, not collapsing. That's 1 repetition. If 5 feels easy, go up to 8. If 5 feels too hard, place your hands on the chair lightly for support until your strength improves. What most seniors tell me after a week is surprising. I didn't realize how weak I'd become until I felt myself getting stronger again. And that feeling, that spark of capability, is something aging rarely gives back on its own. But wait, don't pause yet. There's a reason this routine works in a specific order. because the second exercise targets something you might never have trained in your life, yet it controls your entire sense of balance. Before we go to the next one, quick engagement check to help me understand who's watching. If this video is fully clear so far, write yes in the comments. If you want me to slow down the explanation in future videos, write slow. This helps me tailor these routines to your needs. Now, let's continue. Exercise 2, the standing march. This simple movement activates your hip flexors, the muscles responsible for picking your legs up, stabilizing your pelvis, and preventing shuffling gait. According to research in the Journal of Aging Research, weak hip flexors are one of the earliest signs of mobility decline in older adults, even before knee or back pain appears. Here's how you do it safely. Stand behind a chair, holding the back lightly with one or both hands. Lift one knee toward your chest, not high, just comfortably. Lower it, then lift the other knee. Think of it as controlled, slow marching. Not fast, not forceful. Keep your chest tall and your gaze forward. 30 to 40 seconds is enough to stimulate the muscle fibers responsible for balance correction. The tiny, quick-reacting fibers that help you recover if you ever trip or slip. Emotionally, this exercise does something powerful. It reconnects your brain with your legs. Many seniors don't realize this connection has been fading silently year after year. But when the brain starts to feel the legs again, movement feels safer. Walking feels safer. Life feels safer. And now the third exercise brings everything together. It supports your spine, relieves stiffness, and improves posture better than stretching alone. But before we go there, remember this quick check-in. Leave a yes or slow in the comments. It really does help me shape these videos for your age and your needs. When you're ready, we'll move into the final exercise that completes the 5-minute routine. The one most seniors say makes them feel younger immediately. Now we move to the final exercise, the one that brings everything together. Your balance, your spine, your hips, and your confidence. And I want you to hear this clearly. This is the exercise that most seniors feel the fastest improvement from, sometimes in just a few days. Exercise 3, the wall heel raise. Your calves are not just walking muscles, they're your natural shock absorbers, your balance protectors, your built-in stability brakes. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that strong calves reduce fall risk by improving ankle stability and reaction time. Two things aging slowly steals unless we actively train them. So here's how to do it. Stand facing a wall. Place both hands lightly on the wall for safety. Feet hip-width apart. Now slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising onto the balls of your feet. Don't rush. Hold for a second, then gently lower your heels back down. You'll feel your calves tighten. That's good. You might also feel your core engage automatically. That's even better. If 10 repetitions feel easy, go to 12. If it feels hard, pause briefly between each raise. The goal is control, not speed. Most seniors are surprised by how unsteady this feels at first. That's not weakness. That's your balance system waking up. Muscles, nerves, and brain communication turning back on. And that's exactly why this exercise matters. Because as a medical doctor, I can tell you this with absolute honesty. Losing muscle is not the real danger. Losing connection to your muscles is. This movement restores that connection. And when your calves react faster, your entire body becomes safer. From the moment you get out of bed to the moment you step into the shower. Now, I want you to pause for a second and do something important. Not for me, for yourself. Think of one daily activity you want to feel easier. Maybe it's climbing stairs, standing up from the couch, getting out of a car, or simply walking without fear of stumbling. Hold that thought, because these 3 exercises, done consistently, just 5 minutes a day, directly improve that exact part of your life. But before we move to the final wrap-up, here's our midpoint engagement check. Quick and simple. Write your age and country in the comments. It helps me understand who I'm guiding and lets me tailor these routines to your stage of life. Just a number and a country, nothing more. All right, in the last section, I'm going to tie everything together. The results you can expect, how your body adapts, and why independence after 60 is absolutely possible when you understand your muscles. This next part is the emotional core of the video, a reminder of what your body can still do.
Now that you know the 3 exercises, the chair stand, the standing march, and the wall heel raise, let me bring this home in a way that truly matters. Because exercises don't change lives. Understanding does. When seniors begin this 5-minute routine, something remarkable happens, not just physically, but emotionally. They start noticing small changes first. Standing up feels smoother. Morning stiffness loosens faster. Walking becomes steadier. Climbing steps feels less like a challenge and more like a normal part of life again. And then something deeper happens. Your confidence begins to return. Harvard Health often says this in their mobility research. Muscle is strength, but strength is independence. The Mayo Clinic reports the same thing, that targeted strength routines, even just 5 minutes a day, can improve functional mobility more effectively than walking alone, especially in adults over 60. This is why you don't need to train like an athlete. You just need to keep the right muscles awake, and this 5-minute series does exactly that. Let me be very honest here, because you deserve honesty. Aging is not the enemy. Stagnation is. Your body still adapts, still strengthens, still rebuilds, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. We see it in clinical studies. We see it in real patients. And most importantly, you will feel it in yourself if you stay consistent. Just 5 minutes, once or twice a day. No equipment, no gym, no stress. And if you ever doubt whether it's worth it, look at the life you want. Being able to lift your grandchild without hesitation, walking across a room without feeling fragile, sleeping without hip pain, getting out of a chair without pushing with both hands, feeling your legs respond the moment you need them. That is what these 3 exercises protect. Not just movement, but independence. Not just strength, but freedom. Not just years, but quality in every year you still have. Because at this stage of life, it's not about adding years. It's about adding movement to every year you have. All study links are in the description if you want to go deeper into the science. And before we finish, here's one last simple engagement check. Quick, unobtrusive, but incredibly helpful for me. If you're ready to try this 5-minute routine tonight, type START in the comments. If you still have questions, write question and I'll answer in the next video. Now, if you want a stronger, healthier body after 60, if you want medical, clear, science-backed guidance designed for your age, subscribe and join thousands who are proving that it's never too late to rebuild strength. I'll see you in the next video.